What's up, you knuckleheads? It's Josh here, and we are back with another 3-minute guide. We're talking today about Renegades. They were just nerfed in the 12.3b patch, but I think that they are still a very solid comp if you know how to operate them. So let's jump into how to play Renegades and 12.23b.
I hear that, Renegade!
Now, the Renegade trait is fairly straightforward. Each unit deals bonus damage, and the last Renegade left standing deals even more, which means that you need to prioritize keeping your carry Renegade alive as long as possible, or at least to outlive the other Renegades. Currently, there are really only 3 options for carry Renegades, that being Talon, Camille, and Viego. Talon and Camille are both viable options, and they're both very easy to roll for if you wanted to go for them. They're usually uncontested. However, I find that Viego is the more stable carry to go for in a Renegades comp, and even though he did suffer some nerfs in patch 12.23b, he's still a very viable carry in my opinion, and a lot of people are overreacting to just how weak he's become. But the point is, whichever of these 3 that you pick, the primary carry Renegade is the one that you have to make sure lives the longest. That's the one that you have to put in the position to do as much damage as possible, while the other 2 are sacrificed. And speaking of sacrifice, the other 2 Renegades, Leona and Silas, are both solid options to just tank a lot of damage for you before they ultimately die and pass the bonus on to the carry Renegade. But that's not to say it's not worth to have a second Renegade carry like another Talon or a Camille, because in the event the primary Renegade goes down, having items on a second Renegade will still give you an option to cash in with that bonus and get a lot more value out of the Renegade comp. Now, how you play this comp is going to depend largely on whether you are going to hyper roll or if you're just going to push fast 8 to try and get a Viego. If you're hitting on a lot of Talons and Camille's early, or you get a hero augment for either of those, it is worth it to hyper roll early and just push off getting the Viego until later. And if you don't know how to hyper roll, there are plenty of guides out there on YouTube you can look at and just apply it to this comp, or maybe one day I'll do a hyper roll comp guide myself. But in most cases, you're just going to want to fast 8 and try and get your Viego carry online as soon as possible. This is the basic comp that I would normally go for. However, there is an exception, which is if you manage to get a Renegade emblem. Now, you can get the emblem either through the carousel, through the item shop, or just by combining a spatula with a brawler's glove. And if you do get a Renegade emblem, I would suggest actually going for 6 Renegades and putting that emblem on a backline carry. The 2 that I've seen that have worked really well have been Aphelios and Samira, and which one you choose is going to kind of affect which frontline units you're going to take out or put in. And if you do decide to go that route, it's probably better that you do not hyper roll and push fast 8 as quick as possible to get those carry units that you want. But there you go, that's a quick and dirty guide to playing Renegades. They may have gotten nerfed, but I think they're still pretty decent, and they're probably not going to be as contested in patch 12.23b and beyond. Let me know what you think. If you like these content, go ahead and leave a like, hit a subscribe, drop a comment. It lets me know to keep doing these. Thank you so much. I'll catch you later, knuckleheads. Good luck on the climb. Peace.